respond to is the question of how to get out here that Al has raised and says that it's complex. I agree with him, it's complex, but the complexity has been in large part of our own making. That is, our decision to go in and attempt a military response to what was not a military problem, at least in my mind, but a diplomatic problem, and one, at best, a criminal problem. That is, the people who had attacked 9/11 obviously had committed a criminal act and deserved to be brought to justice, but to make war on a whole society was a wrong decision, and in fact is not backed by the United Nations Charter, which requires self-defense to be a response to an imminent threat, and only after all other courses of action have been tried. And I think we'd be hard-pressed to make an argument that all courses of action had been tried with responding to the, we had not even referred it to the International Criminal Court. Of course, we were not a member of the International Criminal Court. So all courses of action had not been tried, all remedies had not been tried to bring them to justice. So I think one of the first things we need to do as we announce a phased withdrawal, withdrawal, that we are beginning withdrawal, is to admit that we chose the wrong course of action. To admit it was wrong, to say that we did not, in fact, it is not a defendable act under international law, and that is our safest, both in terms of the safety of our troops and the safety of the Afghan people. The safest way to begin our exit is to admit we were wrong. That will allow a broader spectrum of the Afghan people to begin to decide the fate of their own country. We need to begin to withdraw immediately. That is, obviously any withdrawal logistically is going to take time. When you have 155,000 troops in a remote country like Afghanistan, it's going to take a while. But we need to begin immediately, and then the key thing, though, is a halt to all offensive operations against the Taliban, and to focus on this issue of political reconciliation among all parties in Afghanistan. So it's that combination of halting the offensive actions that are driving people into the insurgent groups at this point, and at the same time offering the insurgent groups a process of negotiation and offering the whole country a process of negotiation. Now, who supervises that? I don't think the intruder is the best person. I think there needs to be a guest, perhaps an international body, perhaps another set of countries. The countries around Afghanistan need to be brought into the situation, at least as guarantors of the negotiations. And so that, I think, is a very important step that needs to be taken. And then finally, any U.S. reconstruction aid, and there should be U.S. construction aid. There was plenty of U.S. destruction that needs to be remedied. But any aid should be channeled through international or multinational or Afghan agencies. And the intruder should not try to direct the reconstruction, but should contritely contribute to the reconstruction that is done by other people who will be more the guests of the Afghan people in their efforts to rebuild their country. So that's the process I would see. How long it will take, I'm not sure. I'm not a development aid person like Al is, and I haven't worked in a foreign country like that and understanding what that involves. Negotiations always take some time. But the thing is to begin with the admission we're wrong, to announce that we're withdrawing, to end the offensive, to engage the offensive actions, to engage in a process of negotiation and then to channel the aid through multinational groups. I think that's the best process.
Thank you very much.